Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So today I have some new stencils from the February release to share with you from A Colour for Life Designs, and I'm going to be showing you a couple of fun ways that you can use these stencils and just think outside the box really. So this stencil is called Buzzing Bee. It's a really large stencil. It's 6x9 and you've got those lovely bee patterns and the bee itself on there. This stencil is the Celtic Knot stencil, and again this is a really fun background design. As you can see, it's been well used already. Then we have the Geometric Butterflies stencil, and again this is one I'm going to be sharing an idea with you today, because sometimes you can look at that stencil and think, oh, how am I going to use that on a card, those two butterflies together? But I'm going to show you a way that you can really get a fun card from this. Then we've got Dotty Butterfly, which I absolutely love. Those stencils look so great when they're foiled as well. And then I've also got this stencil, which is called Nine Flowers, and that's a really fun geometric floral stencil. So let's get into the first card, and I'm going to be using the Geometric Butterfly here. I've got a piece of black cardstock. I'm just adding a piece of washi tape just so that I don't get any stencil paste through the other stencil. I only want it to stay in that top stencil design. I'm going to be using some neon Lunar paste from Hurley. I've got Hot Mess and Mood Ring, and these are really bright and vibrant. They look incredible on black cardstock. I then just remember that I haven't masked the centre of the butterfly either, so I'm just going to quickly add a little bit of washi tape on there, and then I'm going to start with the Mood Ring, which is this neon purple colour, and I'm just using a palette knife to add some to the centres of the wings. I'm then going to come in with Hot Mess, which is that vibrant pink, and I'm just going to spread that out. So I do want the two colours to blend together where they meet, but I really want the pink to be more on the outside of the wings. And again, I'm just using it on the other side. I just moved my magnet out the way to make it a little bit easier. And then when we peel it off, you can see we've got that gorgeous design. So I'm going to pop my stencil straight in some water. You don't want the paste to dry on there. And while we're waiting for the paste to dry, I'm going to bring in my sticky mat and a panel of white cardstock. This measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches, but I am going to trim it down. And then I'm just going to add the 9 flower stencil over the top of that. I'm going to use the Gina K Designs Emerald Coast dye-based ink to just ink blend through those flowers. I'm not doing anything fancy here. I just want to get the colour down. And so I'm just using a blending brush to apply that ink through the stencil. Using a sticky mat when the stencil is quite large and detailed like this just means that you don't risk the stencil shifting, and it just makes it a lot easier to add the ink. It also holds down the ink pad as well. So for the centres of the flowers, I didn't have a small enough blending brush, so I'm just going to use a cotton bud or a Q-tip just to apply ink through the centres of the flowers. So I'm just dabbing it on my ink pad there and applying it, and you can see this works really, really well. So that's a great little hack. If you don't have tiny blending brushes, but you really want to add some ink to small areas, then use a Q-tip and you'll get a perfect result. I'm then just going to trim this panel down, and I'm going to trim it down to be 3.5 by 4 3/4 inches. I'm trying to trim it evenly from all sides just so that we get that nice design in the middle. And now that the Lunar paste is dry on our butterfly, we can add the stencil back in, and I'm just going to use a white gel pen just to add the body of the butterfly. So you could use some white texture paste here if you wanted to, but it's such a small area. It's just a lot easier with a gel pen because obviously I don't want to get anything on the rest of the butterfly. Now, because this butterfly is a geometric kind of design, it's got nice straight edges all the way around the wings. So I'm going with that geometric design by the way that I'm fussy cutting it out. I'm just cutting in straight lines around the design. It keeps that geometric shape, and it actually makes it really easy to cut it out. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm using some Tim Holtz recoil scissors, but any scissors will be fine for this if they're small enough just to get into the details. I was finding my long bladed scissors a bit too big. And there we go. We have a really gorgeous focal image that we can use on our card, all by using just a stencil. So I'm now going to just go ahead and put the card together. I'm attaching that background panel to a piece of black cardstock, and then I'm going to stick that down on an A2 top folding card. I really want my butterfly to have a little bit of dimension, so I'm going to add a little bit of frame tape just to the outside edges of the wings. I'm going to add double frame tape strips together just so that I've got some extra dimension, and I'm just going to add some liquid glue to the body of the butterfly so that that's popped up, and then the wings will just stick down, and that will just give it some nice dimension on the card. For a sentiment, I'm going to use the Concord and 9th Kristina Werner stamp set Checking In. And I've got the sentiment Miss You So Much. It's already white heat embossed on some black cardstock. And I'm going to stick that down nice and flat on the centre of the card. And that's the first card finished. And I think this just looks so pretty. And you'd never know that that butterfly was just a stencil cut out. And so really that's what I'm going to show you with this second stencil as well. You really have to look at the stencils and think, if this was a stamp set design, how would I use it? And you can still cut out the images. You don't have to use the whole stencil as it is on the stencil design. You can cut the images out and use them how you want. So that's what I'm going to do with this bee here. I'm adding some Memento black ink with a blending brush through the stencil, and I'm particularly using Memento because I'm going to colour this bee with some alcohol markers as well. So you want to be mindful if you're using alcohol markers to use a dye-based ink. That way the ink won't bleed when it gets contact with the alcohol markers. So that's just something you want to bear in mind. Of course, if you were going to colour with, say, watercolours, then you'd want to use a pigment-based ink such as VersaFine Clair. So I'm just ink blending on a die cut white cardstock heart using the Memento ink again through the heart shaped bee trail. I just want that to go across that heart design. So once that's ink blended, we can pop that to one side. And to create the background for this card, I'm going to use the Fanciful Heart stencil. This is an older stencil from a Colour for Life Designs, but none of these stencils get discontinued. So they're always available to purchase from the shop. And if you do decide to purchase anything, you can always use my coupon code LauraFan10 and that will give you a discount. So I'm going to add some, again, neon Lunar paste to this stencil. This is Yellow Jacket and it's a really bright, vibrant yellow. So I've added some with a palette knife and then I'm just going to use my Sizzix media tool just to smooth that paste through, and that will make sure we get a nice even coverage. Any excess paste you can pop back in the pot, and then it's easy enough to clean off a glass work surface because you can just add some water and wipe it off. So there's our panel. I'm going to pop it aside to dry and we can start adding some colour to those bees. So I'm just going to use some alcohol markers. These are my Ohuhu alcohol markers. I'm using light gold, mustard, and the blue is frost. And I'm going to use the brush tip end to do the colouring. These have got a brush tip and a chisel tip, and they're very soft tips, so they're really easy to work with. I'm adding a darker shade of yellow around the edge of the bee and the bee's body, so that was mustard, and then I'm using the light gold to blend out those colours. And again, this is really easy to do. It doesn't take a lot of effort at all, and because we've used the Memento, we've got no risk of that black ink bleeding. I'm going to add a little bit of an outline to the wings, again using the frost colour, and I do decide to add the bee some little pink cheeks, and then I'm going to add a few little gel pen highlights just around the edge of the bee, just for a little bit of extra interest. So I'm not doing anything too fancy here, and you will be able to see it in a little bit more detail on the close-up photos at the end. I'm just going to fussy cut the bee out now, and I started to use my recoil scissors, but when I'm fussy cutting detailed images like this, I do just find my cutter bee scissors so much easier to work with, probably just because I'm more used to them. But yeah, I'm just using those to fussy cut around the bee. And again, these images are not too difficult to cut around, so just take your time. And of course, it's always easier to move the paper than it is to move your scissors, so that's a nice little hack to help you with your fussy cutting. So once those two images are cut out, we can then start putting our card together. So I'm just going to glue the background directly down to the card base. Again, this is an A2 top folding card, and I'm just adding some liquid glue to the back of that black panel that we stenciled on. It really doesn't take too long for the neon paste to dry, probably 15 minutes to half an hour, depending on the climate and the temperature, but it really doesn't take long at all. I'm just adding some foam tape to the back of the heart that's got the heart bee trail on, and again I'm just going to remove the backing paper and pop that nice and centered nearer the top half of the card. Once that's stuck down, I can then add my bees, and I do decide just to keep them popped up a little bit, so I'm going to add some foam tape to the base of the one bee, bit of glue at the top where it's going to catch onto the heart, and then for the other bee I'm just going to add some liquid glue and stick that directly down onto there. For a sentiment, I decided that I really want this to be an anniversary card. So I've got this happy anniversary stamp set from Waffle Flower. And I'm going to use the sentiment that says, to the perfect pair. I've white heat embossed it on some black cardstock, so I'm just going to trim it down with my mini trimmer, and then I'm going to pop that on some foam tape as well. Obviously, where it overhangs the heart, I'm going to double up the foam tape because we've already got foam tape underneath the heart, so you want that to make contact so that it's nice and straight and stuck down. And then that is the second card finished for today, and it's really hard to believe when you look at this that it is just stenciled images. It's just a really fun way of using your stencils and getting more from them. And the same with this butterfly as well. I just think it looks really, really pretty. So as always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you watching. Don't forget that all the products that I've used today will be listed in the description box below if there's anything that you're particularly interested in. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this video. It really helps me out. And if you're not subscribed and you'd like to see more from me, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. Take care.